Speak to me like, what did you say there, lad?
TV going up, oh no, Sky TV.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview on the channel. This one's for Saturday's game. 3 o'clock kick-off, believe it or not, Stephen.
Not to believe you.
It is, it's Sunderland versus Cardiff. But bad news, the West Brom game has been moved to a 12:30.
Sky TV.
But in this one, we're obviously going to touch upon the Sheffield Wednesday game. Massive, massive victory that was, wasn't it, Steve?
It was indeed, it was indeed. Yeah,
Much
you got the score prediction right for once.
For once, aye. Normally it's you're getting it right all the time. And obviously, he's obviously here for the Cardiff preview as well. Now then, Stephen, do you want to talk about the game briefly? Obviously, I've done a little video after the game regarding Sheffield Wednesday.
He waited until I left before I did that video. I knew not about it.
Right.
But before you do that, or before we do that, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you do. He forgot again, he's useless him. But no, yes, Sheffield Wednesday, last Friday, we'd like to say it was a massive 3 points. It was a game that could have went either way. They had chances.
They did.
Some of our players were throwing the bodies on the line. Mepham threw his body on the line a few times. But the fact of the matter is we got the job done.
Now there's going to be a big argument point made about Eliza Mienda. Now I've seen Reggie's comments saying that Eliza will get his opportunities. Now I got a bit worried when he said that because I thought, is he not going to start him against Cardiff after scoring 2 goals? Surely he's got to start him.
Well, you would think that, but we also would have thought that he wouldn't have dropped Isidore.
Exactly, aye.
So I've got an idea. Start them both.
Hey! I'll be buzzing with that. 2 up top is what we'll be dying
That's
for.
what loads of the fans, us included, have been asking for 4-4-2 with Mienda and Isidore up top because they will just cause defenders havoc. And will he do it? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Right, well, it's a big ask.
But Mienda, he came into the starting 11 for the first time in a while on last Friday, and like I say, he scored 2 goals. The first one was very fortunate, obviously. Sky TV going up. Oh no. Sky TV going absolutely berserk about the most blatant handball ever. Well, it wasn't that blatant because nobody's seen it until the replays. Nobody appealed for it. We certainly didn't see it, but then when you watch if you watch something in slow motion, you're bound to see things.
Mate, Sky TV are never complimentary about Sunderland. No. Anytime we're on the telly, they're always really very critical of us.
Even when they've got former Sunderland players, like Don Goodman's one of the worst ones. He slates us and he used to play
really
for us.
Hates us, didn't he?
But on Friday, Andy Hinchcliffe, bloody hell, he despised us. But we didn't give a toss. No. Simple as that. Nope. As Millwall would say, no one likes us and we don't care.
I but mate, the match on Friday, you know what, it was a much needed win. As well as it was a massive win, it was a much needed win.
Of course it was. Simply
because the way we've lost the last 2 games, we lost our record at home, and so we had to bounce back. And the Sheffield Wednesday fans have been sick of the sight of Mienda.
He's got four goals against them this season, but let's say it wasn't a good amazing performance, but we did enough to get the job done. And like I say, it's results like that are so vital towards the end of the season. Let's say Mienda was lucky, but not so much lucky. He did well to get for his first goal. Took a deflection going in, otherwise the keeper would have probably had it. We got away with the handball, which like we've already spoke about. But the second goal was just it was a brilliant head. I mean, it was harder to miss. To be fair, and you've got to give credit. Obviously, you give credit to Mienda for directing his header into the back of the net. But what a ball by Hume.
That's the thing, it was set pieces that haven't been the best. We've tried Roberts and Lefebvre, and I wouldn't be too surprised if he stuck Hume on set pieces because mate, that ball was on top of his head.
Well, somebody put together a little highlight reel of Hume, like of his assists, and loads of them have come from crosses. So, I mean, he is class. He's probably been our best player this season.
Aye.
Arguably our best player this season.
He had a little slump a couple of games back, but he's starting to get back.
He's got something like 6 or 7 assists.
Aye, something like that.
He loves getting forward, and we know he can ping a good ball in the box. And like I say, he did it on Friday against Wednesday, beautifully for Mienda's second, and which turned out to be the winning goal.
I did, mate. In the second half, mate, I'd like to give a massive shout out to Dan Neil,
yeah,
our captain, one of our Sunderland fan. He was tremendous as well.
He was indeed. One of our on. But he has been so many times since the first 2 months of the season where he was getting a lot of stick, and like I say, we kept on saying he's grew into the season, and now he's just vital. Even Bellingham in the second half, them two were getting the ball, and Danny was breaking up play. I mean, our second goal came from him. He got the ball, he was twisting and turning, he got brought down, took a quick free kick, which obviously gave us the chance to get that goal.
But yeah,
Dan Neil, he's wearing that armband and he's doing a cracking job.
I like that goal, mate. The way he pushed off 2 or 3 tackles, and then he got took out basically, and he quick to his feet, quick thinking, laid it off to Brown, Hume, ball in, goal.
Yeah.
It was class. But remember, Meander, he's not the best at headers, if we can all remember. A couple of, was it early in the season maybe? And he missed that. It was harder to miss, and he missed.
Wait, Isidor's the same. Isidore missed that sitter against Hull.
Yeah, did I?
So normally we like the ball to keep the ball on the deck. You know what I mean?
But it's got to be big headaches for Reggie come Saturday.
It's got to be.
Depending on what he does, really.
I was speaking to one of the lads at work, and we've said it so many times already. The 4-5-1 formation's been sussed, so it's harder for us to do what we were doing early on in the season. We like to say mix it up. The times he has mixed it up, it's worked, but then he's reverted back to the 4-5-1. So I'd like to see him revert to 4-4-2 again and go for it.
Well, do you know what it is when the teams come up against Sunderland at the stadium, like they tend to sit 11 men behind the ball and they say try and break us down, and we struggle to break them down.
Even against Portsmouth, Isidore done that. Against Blackburn, my ender got through. Fair enough, he didn't put his chance. And then against Sheffield United, my ender did the same. And I think Isidore as well. The goals were them breaking forward with their pace. And if you've got two forwards like that, and they're running at defenders, the defenders are sick of their lives.
They are, mate.
They really are, because the centre backs are not renowned for the pace.
See, the thing is, when they were putting 2 up top, Isidore was just, Meander was just off Isidore a little, and he sort of picks the ball up from, like, I wouldn't say so much the wing, but like, and he drifts across the pitch, and the way it sticks to his foot when he moves, midfielders and defenders dare and try and tackle it, because they know they're going to end up tackling him out. And that's the thing, he drove the ball further up the pitch, and we've got to go 4-4-2 like
that. But that's what I want, it's what you want, I'm sure it's what loads of years want, let us know. But 2-1 against Sheffield Wednesday, got us back to winning ways, a vital 3 points. Obviously making the gap bigger from 7th and keeping within touch and distance of the 3 above us.
Comment below, do you think we can get the top 2, or do you think it's the playoffs? Now, Reggie said in his press conference, like, we've got to keep winning games, and with us chasing second place down, the lads are up for it still. Like, regardless of, say, we're going to get the playoffs, I mean, he said there's something extra to fight for with that second place still up for grabs, basically.
Well, of course it is.
And we're not resigning ourselves to the top
we
6
know
yet.
We know it's still possible. I'm still expecting a few more twists and turns in the competition yet. So all we can do is focus on, take each game as it comes, which Reggie does anyway, and just try and win every game. I try and win every game.
Chocolate Fire Guard is out for 3 or 4 weeks. Pavera, what a terrible sign that's been, and it really is injured constantly. A good gust of wind snaps his ankle. He's a good player, he really is.
Well, when we signed him, with Sheffield fans, we get to know he's a min player if you keep him fit. Well, we haven't sussed that out to keep him fit yet. No. So, but look, I don't want to talk about him because he hasn't done that wrong, but he hasn't done nothing.
You know what I mean? That's just been injured all the time, hasn't he?
But I suppose we'll move on to Cardiff. We've spoken about the Sheffield game, vital 3 points.
No, they're struggling, they're right down the bottom. They're just above the relegation zone. Now, they've scored 38 goals, conceded 57, which is...
minus 19.
He's done his homework. Trying to catch him out that time. That's why I started first. But they're down the bottom half of the table, but...
The 21st.
Listen, they played really well against Burnley. They got beat 2-1. They're the first team to score past them since how many was it? 12?
Well, they had 13 clean sheets in the league in a row, and then Cardiff were the first ones to stop that run.
Like the second half, they were giving it a good go, and they were trying to get that equaliser.
I was thinking they might nick an equaliser, they might do, but unfortunately they didn't. But they still give them a good go.
They did, mate.
But like I said, this year, since the turn of the year, they've only lost 3 games.
That's good.
They've only won 3, but they've drew 6. So since the turn of the year, they've become kind of like draw specialists, if you will. Obviously, the result that they'll try and forget is the 7-0 thumping off Leeds. So Cardiff fans, if you're watching, sorry for mentioning that. But
I think it's if you go to Ellen Road with Leeds in form as well, and you try and play football, I think they will open you up, and I think that's what happened. Like I watched that game and I couldn't believe it. Like the amount of chances they were creating and finishing. To be honest, they were clinical in that game.
They were. But that's one thing I've been thinking about, and this, with Cardiff coming in, like you mentioned before. Teams are coming and they're sitting back and sitting back and sitting back. Cardiff are deep in a relegation fight, so can they afford to just sit back, or have they got to go for games? You know what I mean? They can't just afford to sit back and take the chances, so have they got to go for it, which could leave them susceptible to leaving gaps. And like I say, if we've got fast players, 2 of them, Reggie, up
Mundle's
front.
fast us out as well.
Aye, so if we've got Mundle on the left, and Mayenda and Isidore on the pitch, the Cardiff defenders will start crying.
That's the thing, mate. But it was a similar situation, if you remember, in our match preview against Hull. We both said Hull need the points. They need the points. And they came here and they were physical, and we struggled against teams who's down the bottom half of the table, who come to the stadium and they use the physicality to their strengths. They use that against us, and we couldn't cope with it at times.
I mean, I've said it before. I said, Hull were terrible in that game, but they still deserved the win, which just says about our performance. But like I say, it was the end of our home run, undefeated home run in the league. But we knew it was always going to come. I didn't want it to come in that fashion. I'd rather we lost it to freaking Leeds or Burnley or something, not Hull. But anyway, that's been and gone. But yes, Cardiff, they've got so many players. It was hard to pick the standouts because, like I said, they've only scored 38 goals. And pretty much literally just under a third of them goals has been scored by Callum Robinson, who, ironically, Paul, was on the bench in the last game.
I can't understand that. He scored the same amount of goals as Isidore.
No, he's got one less. Isidore's on 13 now, isn't he?
No, they're both on 12.
Oh, they're both on
12 goals, 1 assist, exactly the same.
Oh, well, there you go. I don't know if he was on the bench for tactical reasons, which sounds mad, or if he was, I don't know, just come back from injury or what, I don't know.
Well, since we last played them, they've got a new manager in now. What's he called again?
Ogur Razi or something.
Omer something. Riza Mireya.
Anyway, they've got a new manager.
He's Turkish.
They've got a new manager. And like I say, they have turned the results of, like I said, they've only lost 3 since the turn of the year.
Right.
But other players they've got, I forget my notes out.
Well, they've got Aaron Ramsey, mate. But
I didn't even write him down because he's done nothing since he went to Cardiff. He's done nothing. He's always on the bench now. He's 34-year-old.
He comes off the bench.
He's not what he used to be, which obviously as you get older. Trust me, I know. But they've got Alex Robertson. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists. Anwar El Ghazi. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist. Ruben Colwell. He's got 1 goal. But he's got 4 assists. So a bit of a playmaker. Kian Ashford. He started up front instead of Callum Robinson in the last game. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists. And Callum O'Dowd has got 2 goals and 2 assists. They're the only ones I thought I could mention, really. But that Callum Robinson, like I say, he's got nearly a third of their goals this season, which straight away says that he's the main man.
That El Ghazi, though, I like him and all. He can back things happening as well.
He can indeed.
He's a good player now.
What we've got to do, especially after the last home game, we've just got to not allow them. We've just got to go from it from the start. Not sit back, not allow them any time on the ball, not allow them to try and do anything. Exactly. We've just got to be on them from the start, make them wish they never bothered coming.
Exactly, mate. We've got to focus on what we, like you've just said, on our game. Don't worry about what them are doing. If they're going to sit in and try and park the bus, we've got to try and find a way of breaking them down and getting that, obviously, the winner or whatever, score a couple of goals like Leeds did. That would be nice because it's a 3 o'clock kick-off. The atmosphere might be better. 40,000 in the stadium.
It almost brought a tear to my eye when I realised it was a 3 o'clock kick-off. It really did.
I know, it's going to be good. I cannot wait.
About Sunderland, obviously Reggie did his press conference today. I was at work, so I haven't seen it all. But obviously he talked about Lefay and Ballard. Basically, they're both making good progress. Lefay is expected to be back after the international break, and Dan Ballard just a little bit after that. So basically the end of March, basically.
Oh well,
beginning of April.
That's positive news, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be good to have them coming in for the run-in towards the last game of the season. But like we've said, it's weird to say this, but we've got now to lose. I know technically we could still fall out the playoffs, but if we're not...
You can't say that happening, though,
I know you can't say it happening, no. But then again, things have happened.
I was about to say, you would never have said we would have finished 16th.
Exactly, you know what I mean? But we're not expected to catch the top 2. No. So we've just got to go in every game carefree and just go for it.
Do you know what it is,
Just keep on going and keep on going till the end of the season.
Do you know what it is, though, mate? I always say this when before the game, we're not getting the top 2. And then we'll win. And then you're like, well, technically,
mathematically we can.
That's the thing. So there's always that little bit of hope, and I love to cling on to that little bit of hope if we can get it. Remember, Sheffield United have got to play Burnley, so points will be dropped there. We just need them to drop more points. You know what I mean? But I think Leeds have won it by a country, well, not by a country mile, but I think they've gone a country mile.
They are odds-on favourite by a mile to win it.
Flying,
but and you know why? You know what I mean?
Well, fully enough,
there was a thing came out. Sorry, there was a thing came out in the week about the wages in the teams, and we're 15th in the league for our wage bill. Leeds are top, obviously. They've got 30 odd million. Ours is 14.9, I think it is.
Something like that, aye.
And straight away, there's loads of people on. Oh, cheap bastards. I'm like, but if you look at the way we used to do things, that's what got us in shit state. So we're doing it a different way. And you've got to say, we are having a decent season. And we've got some cracking players in, and we've still managed to keep that wage structure.
We want to be financially stable if we're digging into the Premier League as well. We didn't want to be like, look what's happened with Hull. They're down the bottom of the league, like near the bottom of the table, and they spent a living fortune last season, and it's catching up with them. Now they've had to get rid of a ton of players, and look what it's done now for them. Luton, the second most biggest spenders, 30 odd million I think is as well. Look where they are. They're going to go down. Well, they look like they're going to go down as well. So tossing a lot of money at this league doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get automatically promoted straight away.
When they came in, they said they had the plan and they wanted to make us financially stable by not throwing silly money at things. We've bought well, and we've bought smart. We haven't like threw like multi-million deals at players to bring them in for them not to succeed like we have done in the past. And like I say, we're keeping a wage structure which is not going to bury us.
No.
So I've got no problem with that because, like I say, we're fourth in the league. We're having a good season.
It is, that's the thing. The only thing is, mate, I thought January window, I know it's been and gone, but I thought that was a bit poor, like, let's be honest, the injury to Dan's. I know they didn't expect it, and the same, they didn't think that Lefebvre would get injured, but two incomings wasn't good enough at all for me, like.
Well, I can't help but think, I know we shouldn't really be talking about the January window now, but I can't help but think that they did leave things a bit late for the striker, because if they tried to get that Dan's deal done earlier, they would have seen it, and then they would have, instead of saying, oh, we'll go back to Liverpool, we'll get better, and then come back. Because now we're waiting. I mean, chances are, we might not see him till the playoffs.
But then, you know, Wembley, he comes off the bench and scores a winner.
But I mean, all we can do is, like I say, take each game as it comes. But we've got to start going for it. We need to start 100%. Being more ruthless. And like I say, for me, we've been sussed at 4-5-1. Not that we're still not making it work, but every game's harder as it comes along. So I'd say change things up. I'd say go 4-4-2.
Definitely the reason why I want to go on 4-4-2, mate, because we look more of an attacking threat.
Yeah.
We look like teams struggle against it when with the pace of Isidore, with the pace of Mienda. The D's struggle and they kind of cope the centre halves against them too, because they link up really well together. So I think we'll have to do it, man, don't we?
I do.
It'll not though, really.
Saying that, my team for Saturday, which probably would be nowhere near, well, it probably will be near, because, you know, I mean, Patterson will be in goal. Hume on the right, O'Nien and Mepham in the middle. I'd bring Cirkin back in at left back. Job and Dan Neil in the middle. Mundle on the left, Roberts on the right.
Dan Neil? Aye, sorry, fucking hell. It's alright, mate. I thought you meant Dan Ballard, I thought you said.
No, I said Dan Neil.
I know you did.
And then I'd have up top, I'd have Isidore and Mayenda. That would be on my starting 11.
I know I want to go back to Patterson, right? I got a kind of bit of a, I wouldn't say nasty, but it was a difference of opinion regarding my thoughts on Patterson. Now, I thought Patterson was massively improved against Sheffield United, and he made two.
What about Sheffield Wednesday?
Sheffield Wednesday, actually. I got you digging it, didn't I? I thought he massively improved against Sheffield Wednesday. He was passing it out the back rather than losing possession, kicking it long, and he made two outstanding saves near the end. I'm not saying it was absolutely amazing performance. I just thought he was massively improved from the whole game.
No, well, he was. I mean, like, we know he's got the ability of the shot stopping. The thing that frustrates us is them not coming off his line as much, and like I say, his long passing is a lot leaves a lot to be desired. But like I say, it was improved against Sheffield. He made two cracking saves, and it was a better performance.
He was much more improved than he was against Hull.
He was indeed, and like, I think with this game, like I said, I want us to go for it. You do as well, and I'm sure he is all day as well. I think we've got to go for it. We're coming to the business end of the season. We've just got to throw ourselves at every game. And like I say, we've got the disappointment of the losing our undefeated home record in the last home game. So I'd like a big reaction in front of the fans this Saturday. And like I say, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Wow!
That's what I mean, mate. There's going to be loads in the stadium because it's 3 o'clock. And it should make for a better atmosphere. I know we've been critical, rightly so, about the atmosphere in the stadium.
But everybody has been, to be fair.
Everybody's been. There's not one person who says, oh no, it's been canny. Literally everyone says it's been bad. But with it being 3 o'clock, it might be that little bit better. No, people are a bit more merry in that.
Possibly, aye. Possibly.
Well, that's probably about it, Stephen. I'm quite excited about your score prediction on this one.
I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Because you know what it's going to be.
3-1.
3-1 Sunderland.
No, I thought you were going to be
No, I'll be honest with you, I had two. I wrote two down.
Aye.
One of them was 6-0 and the other one was 3-1. So
Nah.
I'm going 3-1.
No, you know what?
I'll leave Tosh Turnbull. He can do his 6-0 because he
Tosh.
does it every week. He does it every game.
Mate, we got ranked for extravagant scorelines against Hull off the Hull fans, didn't we? They were in the comment
Aye.
section saying, look, who got beat now and all that. Listen, it's just a bit of a laugh with
Of course it is. Every time I see a stupid scoreline, but don't get us wrong, I'd love it. But I don't ever expect it.
The reason why I think we did it is because we did it against
To get the
Sheffield
comments.
Wednesday. We did it against Sheffield Wednesday and it's never happened since, so
No.
it's just that little bit of hope we want it to happen again. But no, I'm going to go for Sunderland 2-0. I think it'll be a clean sheet for Patterson. Nice professional performance, just like it was the away game when 09 scored early and then Jack Clark scored very, very late on. Managed to win the game. Nice and comfortable.
What game was that?
Cardiff?
What, last season?
No, this season, away. We played these away, didn't we?
Oh, first game of the season.
Aye,
Well, yeah,
Jack-
bloody
Jack-
hell. I was lost there. But yes, I'll be happy with a clean sheet, but I
Right.
think it's going to be 3-1 because we like leaking goals every now and again this
No,
season, don't we?
no.
So I'll say 3-1 for a change, and we'll have to see how it goes.
All right, comment below your score prediction and we'll mention it in the next match preview because we never did that.
We
anymore.
haven't done that for a while.
No,
have
we
to be
haven't.
fair?
So if you get it right, we'll put your name on the screen.
Yeah, well, we'll be at the match for 3 o'clock kick-off. I don't keep saying that because I don't think there'll be many more. But 3 o'clock kick-off, we'll be there. If you see us, come and say hello.
As of now, I'm not digging a match vlog. I want to enjoy the game. But I didn't know. I didn't know and I didn't know. I might not. I didn't know. As of now, I didn't want to. I just want to go and enjoy the day.
But anyway, if
we'll
you see us,
what
come and say hello.
happens. Yeah.
And other than that,
Hit the thumbs up.
and subscribe if you're new. And with that!